All right. Hello, everybody. Hope you're having a great day. So, what we're going to be doing today is we're going to be looking at HDR features inside of Lightroom Classic. This is an Adobe product. You can get it for as low as I believe is $10 a month with a photography bundle. Get it. The regular Lightroom, which is their online cross-platform, cross-device application. It's pretty neat. And then of course Photoshop and some online storage. So I'm no way affiliated with Adobe or anybody like that. I enjoy the products. I hope you do too. I hope we can share it a little bit. So today what we're gonna look at is HDR inside of Lightroom Classic. I've got my 5 images here. This is from a trip to Lake McMurtry in Stillwater a couple years ago, last year I think maybe. So the picture of the dock out there. Really enjoy this place. So first thing you're going to do is you're going to highlight, select all of your images, and to do that you can click one, hold down shift, click the last one, and it'll select all 5 for you. Next, you want to right click, photo merge, and click on HDR. So this will take just a minute. It's done this before because I've messed up a couple of takes. So and here you can see the deghost overlay. What deghosting does is it tries to take out any kind of movement inside the image that causes blur. If you have some movement, not a big deal. Lightroom will go through and try to take it out as best it can. It can get rid of a lot, but not everything. So I highly recommend if you're going to shoot HDR and panorama that you use a tripod for these images. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to click on merge. Going to let it do its thing. You can see the progress bar right up here where my mouse is, top left corner. And if you decide to cancel it, you can click that right there, and that'll cancel it. But it's going to go ahead, it's going to create the image, and it'll spit it out and pop it right here as soon as it's done. Okay, so here's our finished product, or what Lightroom thinks is our finished product. And you can go in here and do all of your editing. So it does do some for you. It sets some values here. I like to have a little bit warmer photo for these things, especially because it's a sunset. So we're going to go ahead and bump the temperature over more to the warm side. Not too far. That's probably too much. Let's come back. Yeah, I kind of like that about right there. I don't really mess with the contrast too much. I will bump the whites up, bring the blacks down. That's how I do contrast. And if I want any more, we'll bring up the shadows or bring down the shadows, bring down the highlights to get more detail in the highlights. See, here's max. So I tend to bring the highlights down just to gain a little bit more information, some detail in those highlights. And then come down here. Now, this is a cool thing. This is color grading. Now, this is in the latest version of Lightroom Classic. And pretty much what I discovered while doing this earlier is that with this, I can get pretty much the same image that I took into Photoshop, and this is definitely not going the way it was earlier. But you can sit here and you can play with this color grade and really get some cool looks to your image. Now I could probably go through and play with that a little bit more to try and dial it in, but this is pretty close to what I made inside of Photoshop. So let's go back into the library and we'll come back up here. So this is the image we just did. This is the image that I took into Photoshop. Yeah, it needs some work. I got you, but you could match this pretty closely. The only thing you can't do right at the moment, well, you could probably do it, is the blur effect, which you probably could. Let's see. You could probably get pretty close, and then use your brush tool, sharpen this all the way down. That's fine. Clarity. Yeah, we could get pretty close to recreating that image inside of Lightroom now. The tools inside Lightroom for this kind of editing have really, really improved. I'm really impressed with it. If you haven't used Lightroom before, I highly recommend it. It's a great asset. They have online storage. It's $10 a month. I think that's what the price is right now. Incredibly powerful tool. Has a lot of features that we'll go through, and I'll try and show you as much as I can, because I am still no expert at it, but I do know a thing or two, and I will share what I know. And as I learn things, we'll share them here as well.